Welcome to Is It Fast, where today we are at Monster Energy's West London HQ to chat with 4 very special athletes. We chat about their petrol-powered penchant for all things quick and 100 puppies. This is a belter. Tune in. Welcome to... At some stage, you've got to start, right? I always get told off because I don't do an intro, I don't do an outro, and I don't do anything in the middle. So this is it. Welcome to Is It Fast, the show that asks the ultimate question, is it fast? And today we are in West London, because we've got all posh-like, and we find ourselves at Monster Energy HQ. I'm looking around just to make sure that that's actually correct, but I'm making the assumption that it is, based on the fact that there is nothing but Monster dripped around everywhere, and we're joined by 4 pretty extreme beer crate-related athletes, and they're all draped head to toe in Monster. So unless I've got the memo wrong, I'm going to make the assumption that all 4 of you are in the right place, and we're going to talk about the right thing, but we will find out. But for those people at home that have got no clue, and if they are listening rather than watching, we're going to do that horrible corporate icebreaker, seeing as we are in a corporate meeting room right now. And I thought, cast my mind back to what would you do in a finance and legal department, which is currently where we're sat, because only the best. So we'll go around the table and just quickly introduce ourselves and then see where we go from there. Who wants to start?
I'm Jndia. I'm from Switzerland, and I'm with Monster since almost 7 years now. And I'm doing drag racing, which is obviously like the fastest car that we have on
Challenge
the world.
already down to everything.
Yeah.
Don't want to brag.
There you go.
I'm not saying the others are slow, I'm just saying I'm real fast.
I just wanted to point it out a little bit. So we're doing drag racing. It's a family business since over 35 years. I have been at the racetrack when I was 3 weeks old for the first time.
Yeah. How did you reach the pedals?
I was just lying there and looking around, enjoying the atmosphere, smelling some nitro.
Right. Sounds like a good night out.
It was.
Wicked. Okay.
Yeah. So family thing, and we're doing it from passion.
Yeah. Okay. So quick by design.
Yeah.
It's in the blood. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's encouraging, but also terrifying. Should we just do it like that? Yeah, let's do it. Go on.
Hi, I'm Tessa Whittock, and I'm a Monster Energy athlete, as we're sitting in Monster headquarters and all of that.
Can you coin that?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Trademark.
Yeah. And I am a competitive drift driver and a stunt woman as well.
Cool. So drifter, so you never get anywhere because you're just constantly sideways, is that?
Yeah, some people say it like that, but yeah, I've been drifting for about 11 years, but competitively this will be the end of my 5th season.
Wow.
And Monster have joined me on my journey, and hopefully to bigger, better things for coming years.
Cool. Yeah. Sounds awesome.
Yeah.
You don't sound like you've come too far either today, which is...
No, not too bad. Yeah, I'm the only Brit in here out of the 4 girlies, so out of the 3 girlies that are here.
Right. Okay, cool. Well, that's awesome.
Thank you.
Don't tell me we've got another drifter though, do we?
Something like that. So, my name is Stacey-Lee May. I'm from South Africa. I am a spinner, drifter, and stunt driver. I've been doing it since I was 16. I got into it because I was bullied a lot in school, and my dad thought that putting me into a male-dominated industry would toughen me up. And now I have the biggest mouth, and he can't control me anymore. That's good for him. Yeah.
Is he regretting the move? Are you quite lippy?
Well, sometimes. Sometimes he's really proud. Sometimes it's like, oh, whose child are you?
A bit of a, yeah. No, yeah. I can imagine it's probably come back. Okay. We'll come back to that because I've seen some of the stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's pretty
savage.
It's savage, isn't it?
It's crazy.
Yeah. I don't think. Are you allowed into any car parks anymore? Or
I am, but not driving. I have to be in the passenger seat.
Everyone in West London's been warned. Fair one.
Yeah.
Fair one. And last but by no means least, it's horrible being last, isn't it?
I'm good. I've got time to prepare. I'm Sara. And compared to all of this, I'm just doing stuff on 2 wheels, mostly on one though. So I'm a I would say, professional stunt rider. I ride bikes and anything in between that, basically.
So kind of when you're not on two wheels, you're on one. That sounds...
Yeah, just wearing out one tire.
No offense to the speed demon over here, but that sounds pretty hard going. Like,
Epic.
I guess when you're used to it, it's not like something super... I don't know, I see it like basic, but I don't know how it's on the outside.
Yeah, it seems pretty complicated to me. How did you find out that you were better on potentially one wheel than two?
I think I got a lot of... So I started out getting the interest from like riding pretty early on.
Yeah.
Or at least since I'm coming from a family that's not interested in any motorsport.
Right.
I had to start when I was 16. I got my own bike then. And then I pretty early on found out that it was not giving me enough like joy just riding normally.
Right.
So I saw other guys starting doing wheelies and stuff, and I was like, why should I not be able to do that? So I tried. I sucked at it. I was really bad for a really long time.
Yeah.
And I think I got a lot of hate from a lot of males, like guys saying that I should not be doing this. And I think I took that as the motivation to prove that I can actually also do it. And today I'm doing this full time.
Wow. Yeah. Seems like a weird reason to hate on someone. Get off one wheel. What are you doing? Just seems a bit weird, but I guess...
No, it's cool. It brings like a lot of opportunities doing stunt for movies and stuff.
Yeah.
I guess the scene with females in the sport is not super big.
Yeah.
So
awesome.
It's cool.
So all kind of different but similar journeys to behind the wheel or behind the handlebars, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
It's a pretty awesome story. But you all found yourself here, kind of. Where are we again? London, West London. How have you? I know you've only been here like 12 hours, but what are you planning for the rest of the time that you're here? Why are you actually here? Are you allowed to tell us why you're here?
Well,
I think no one knows where we're
basically, we don't know what we're
No.
here. We just came.
Yeah.
They just told us, this is your flight, and there you stay. And
They paid for your flight.
yeah, they did. And the hotel as well. So
Wow. Yeah, I hear Premier Inn's pretty good nowadays. So you're right.
That's pretty good.
But okay,
Yeah.
so you've got no idea what you're doing here.
no.
That's worrying on so many levels.
We heard something
Yeah.
about a race though.
Something about a race.
Yeah, later on.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Should be interesting.
should be interesting. Bit of a disadvantage if you're on two wheels, or if it's in a straight line,
Yeah.
or if there's corners. So you're all kind of a bit screwed, really.
Yeah. Definitely. It'll be a good test to see who's
Who's the fastest?
Who's the fastest? Okay. So when you're thinking about this is going to go on a bit of a tangent now, because now we've done the
Oh, we
official-
like tangents.
Yeah, just because it's kind of the official bits are done. So obviously, kind of like all speed freaks.
Oh, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
How did you choose your discipline? Like how did you decide that you were going to kind of
Well,
your old man just go, you're going to do this? Or
yeah,
was it
he
just-
was like, get in the car, do that. My mom was like, no, you're not doing that. He was like, no, I'm telling her to do it, so get in the car and do it. And that was it.
And that was it. You were stuck with it.
It bit me like a mosquito, and it's just been going on and on for the past 8 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like, because you're obviously you all do very different things. You all drive and ride very different things.
Yeah.
But do you feel like there's some sort of, other than the kind of M branding that is all over you? Do you feel like there's a
Claw. Never say M.
claw? We can cut that. Cut that. That's fine. Other than the claw branding that is all over you, I mean, it kind of looks like something else. But okay. I show my rules. I can't even remember my question now. I'm all tied up. Yeah, full on tangent. Yeah, okay. All right, do you know what? On the basis of a claw then, don't break the beer crate. Come on. And now I've had to drop the posh accent because you've done that. This is terrifying for everybody. Meant to be educated. So, all competitive, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think so.
It got to be, right? I mean, to a certain degree. Even kind of when you're doing the stunts or whatever, when you're kind of in front of camera for the movies and stuff,
Yeah.
you kind of want to get it done in one, maybe?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so even
kind of even more pressure,
right.
really.
Yeah. So super competitive in every single aspect of the driving world that you're in. But what would be, if you could pick kind of one incident, what was that where you had to get your claws out to kind of make a point? See what I did there? It was good, wasn't it? It was a good segue. It's a good link. Where you were like, there was a kind of a make or break moment where you're like, if I don't knuckle down or kind of put a bit of more pressure on myself, this isn't going to happen for me?
I don't know whether this is relevant in such, but I mean, when I started drifting, I actually did one competition in the UK, and I thought I got unfairly ridiculed as such.
Yeah. What by like the
judges and things like that, and in a top 32 battle that went 2 or more times, which usually things like that, and it's probably a long story to go into the depths of how all drifting works and things like that, but cut a long story short, decided this country's not for me. I took myself out to Europe, and I just felt so much less pressure. So I did that for a year, and then came back again to the UK, and I went out to do practice, no problems whatsoever, like round around, no problems, hitting all the clips, everything like that. As soon as they said, right, it's qualifying time, I was an absolute mess.
Really?
And because I get built up over the internet, you're like this Queen of Europe, this, that, and the other.
Is that a title you gave yourself?
No, that's...
I'm just checking.
That's okay.
Just checking. You can have it. I like to know where I'm at.
No, that's all right. Yeah.
Carry on, Queen of Europe.
Thank you. Yep.
Big place. Lots of jobs to do.
Yeah. Drift. Okay.
Sorry. Yeah. Right. Okay. Right.
Back in the room.
I don't know. It's not that kind of show, but I mean, if we want to talk about kind of geopolitics, we can go in there.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, sorry, go on.
That's all right. And then so that goes all over socials and things like that, and you have 2 chances basically to qualify. And the first one I completely screwed up, and there's actually a very funny video because they got in car of me doing very horrible things to my steering wheel and swearing and all sorts of things. And then it's
not stuff befitting of a queen.
No. But that it kind of, I've got then a subconscious of, if I don't make this next one, I'm screwed. But then at the same time, I then feel so much more pressure on my shoulders because I'm trying to prove myself to everybody in the UK as well.
Yeah.
So it's
just a tiny bit of pressure then.
Yeah.
It's quite a bit. Is that something that you've all felt? Kind of maybe a little bit more pressure than maybe your peer group, for example?
I think that since what I'm doing, there's not a lot of females, especially in Europe, doing this. I think there's a lot of pressure as a girl to be doing this in such a male-dominated sport. Then I think you always got judged by being like, you're good for being a girl. And I think that was something that I really wanted to get out of, and I just wanted to be seen as you're good, and that's it.
Cool.
Like, not compared to anything else. And I think that was like a big matter for me.
Yeah, I can imagine, because you're all in machinery.
Yeah.
So as long as you've tinkered with it and kind of made it as quick as possible or as spinny as possible.
I always say it doesn't matter who you are, and you get behind the wheel of your car, you put your helmet on. It doesn't matter who you are. You just go and do your thing, and it doesn't matter whether you're a guy or a girl. You shouldn't be discriminated against.
As long as you're in your fire retardant suit, then kind of everything is fair game, right? So there you go.
Definitely.
Your sport sounds so interesting because I don't have a helmet, I don't have a suit. I have a t-shirt and some pants.
Hang on, we don't hang out the side of the car. Like,
I just wanted to say, because I'm strapped on my car, I can't even move.
Yeah.
I'm just like...
I don't even have a seatbelt. Like, it would be really difficult for me to have all these things on and then jumping out of the window.
Yeah.
And you stand on the side of cars and when they're on 2 wheels and stuff. That's amazing.
I think I don't want to jump out of my car when I'm driving.
No.
Like,
that'll be the best move.
Tuck and roll. So no seatbelt, no helmet.
No race suit.
No race suit.
No gloves.
No gloves. Can't imagine that's something you would live with.
I wear a helmet at least.
At least, yeah. Okay.
I think I'm basically like the completely opposite of you. I have like 9 layers on. Yeah. I have my head strapped on, my hands strapped on. I have like 6 points.
Onto the wheel?
Yeah, onto the wheel that
cool.
they can't
Doesn't sound
follow.
dangerous.
So, as I said, my head is strapped on the front and on the back.
Yeah.
I have a harness and everything. So I think I'm like, you have nothing, and then I have everything.
I'm in the middle.
Yeah.
I would say.
No, it's like so fun.
Different.
But anyways, I wouldn't jump out of my car.
I'll teach you.
Because what you do is quite niche, isn't it, really?
Yeah.
You know, it's not, it's definitely gathering pace, I would say. People are getting more and more into it, kind of outside of...
Yeah, it's one of the fastest growing motorsports in South Africa at the moment.
Cool. So for people that don't fully understand what it is that you get up to, how would you kind of elevate a pitch to someone's like, well, I want to get into it, but I don't really understand what it is that she's doing with herself?
So I would say it's like drifting, but not as controlled. It's more of a drifting for hooligans, that's what we call it. Because you are donuts, figure eights, some drifts in between. And then the exciting part, some stunts, the suicide slide, jumping on the bonnet, jumping over the car, Superman. Yeah, basically it's drifting for hooligans.
Another day at the office.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds relative. So at the risk of sounding uneducated as I am, the car is moving at speed.
Yeah.
You get out of the car and put yourself somewhere else, in or on the car.
Yeah.
How did you feel? Because presumably someone told you to do that at some stage.
Well, I was spinning for about a month, and my dad and my family, we traveled to Durban for a spinning event.
Yeah.
So it was like this entertainment kind of thing, and some of the older guys that's in the spinning industry was like, no, we want to go in with you. I was like, okay, cool. And while we were spinning, they opened the door and pushed me out while the car was moving. And that was how I got into stunting.
Welcome to spinning.
They were like, get out, and pushed me right back in. So, yeah. It was fun.
I mean, it sounds like common assault, if I'm honest. But if it works, I mean...
Amazing.
Right.
Wow. It worked, and then from then on, my dad would be like, I think it would be really cool if you would hang on the side of the car, like upside down. I was like, okay, let's try it. My mom was like, no, don't do it. Stop it. We're going to do this. And that's how the suicide slide was born.
Right. I mean, it's aptly named.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not a lot of room for error, is there, really?
No.
Crikey. Fair enough. I mean, your mum must have a heart made of stone at this point, because she must be...
Well, she smokes a lot of cigarettes.
I feel that's probably it's a coping mechanism.
I think so.
Cool. All right. Good to know. And you're strapped in I know we didn't want to bring up the speed thing. Well, I felt the vibe in the room, but
That's what it's called, right?
yeah, I know. Yeah, no, that's true. That is true. But I'm trying to be kind of non-biased with the speed thing. But you don't turn any corners.
No,
Or if you have, something's gone.
hopefully I don't.
Yeah.
Something's gone brutally wrong.
If I take a corner, there's something wrong.
Yeah.
I probably won't look that good afterwards.
Yeah, well, I can't imagine you doing a parallel park at like 250 mile an hour or something.
I tried once or two times, and my dad was shitting his pants, and he said, if you're going to do this again, you're not going to drive again. I was like, okay.
Okay, that sounds fair. So, kind of very different, obviously, because you're 9 layers
Yeah.
hooked in. How did you break through that barrier of? Because what's the fastest you've ever been?
513 kilometers per hour.
And that in real money?
In 3.8 seconds. I don't know the miles per hour.
What was it? 513?
513.
Could you do that on your bike? If you could do it on your bike on one wheel, would you do it?
Yeah, my bikes are built completely different, I would say. They have like a sprocket this size, so it's mostly for like torque and not actual speed, but I love going fast.
So we've acknowledged that you will do 500 kilometers on a bike. If you were given
It would be the first one doing it, that's for sure. I think they've done 400 something.
That's also mental, to be fair.
318 miles an hour.
318 miles an hour.
There's no need for Botox for me. I'm sorted out for the rest of my life.
Yeah, I was going to say, just one run and you'll never need it ever again, right?
Wow.
318 miles an hour.
I can't compute that.
Yeah, that's...
Mad.
Yeah, okay. Feeling while that was happening? How much
Oh, wow,
How
I
much
think
meat
this
is coming
is
out
the
is basically
hardest
what
question
we're
everyone is asking me, and honestly, I have no idea because I'm so tuned out. I'm just the instinct of surviving comes out when you hit that throttle, because you just know, okay, there is a wall, there is my competitor, and I have to get that thing down the racetrack straight without hitting anything, because if I'm hitting anything,
You're dead.
with 380 miles per hour.
Thanks, Tessa.
Sorry.
Just for Tessa MD
I'm
at
a
the
bit
back there.
too.
Hit a wall of 318 miles an hour, you're going to feel it. It's going to itch.
I hate to be.
Were you aware that this was so dangerous before Tessa kind of gave us the bombshell?
No, honestly, no. I mean, I never thought of that, so I was like, oh, this is the safest. Next time I will jump in with a bikini and no more race suits. Jump out of the car.
Just jump out of the car.
Yeah.
Well,
You have to spice it up a little bit.
I mean, at the risk of losing our PG rating, you were wearing I've seen a picture of you wearing a gas mask.
Yeah.
What?
Nitromethane, like when we do the warm up in the pits to see if anything is working or if there is anything leaking. Nitromethane is burning your eyes. It's smelling very horrible. Nitromethane is liquid explosive.
Yeah.
So.
And is that dangerous, Tessa? Do you think if you sniff that?
Mean
I'd say it is.
Is it bad? It sounds
It's
terrifying.
bad. It's very bad.
Any other noxious fumes in any of your probably not, right?
Yeah, but I think everything is dangerous.
Yeah.
You can just walk down the stairs and it can be dangerous because
Always
you can
say
fall
the
down the
same
stairs.
thing.
Yeah.
I would always say
Wait,
the same
walking
thing.
down the stairs is dangerous.
Yeah, you can fall down, hit your head.
Break your neck.
More people died due to falling down the stairs than racing a top fuel car.
I'm now terrified to leave. We're on the top floor, everybody. We're on the top floor, and if the
There's no carpet on these stairs.
there is no carpet. That is
Actually.
that is true. Cool. I mean, that is terrifying. Not the stairs thing. I mean, that's just a fact of life. I mean, by the judge. I mean, look. Do I look like I use the stairs? Come on. Okay. Cool. If you could swap what you ride or drive now with somebody else on the table, who would you swap with and why? Be nice about it though.
That's a tough one.
Well, I always wanted to learn how to drive or ride a motorbike, so
Yeah.
There you go.
Can you arrange that?
I am so scared. You're gonna have so many problems.
You're scared of jumping on a motorbike.
I don't like getting hurt. That's the problem.
You know you fling yourself out of a spinning car, right?
Yeah.
It's different.
Okay, so we've got a Sarah and Stacey split, kind of.
I think I would say the drifting.
Yeah. What about drifting? Do you think would take your fancy?
I don't know, just going sideways, higher speeds, I guess. Not like, I think when you see people doing this, like on faster tracks, that actually makes you realize what's going on.
Yeah.
And no, I think I would like to try that.
Bit of drifting. Well, you've got the drifting stance already. Because that's how you do it, right? You kind of do it with your arm out the window and.
Yeah, like this.
Yeah. Not all the time.
Not all the time.
Yeah.
Just when you're really, really showing off.
When you're showing off.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Look at me, I'm the Queen of Europe. Just kind of hanging out.
You got that one.
Show that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But I'm onto the drifting with the bikes. That's honestly something that freaks me out, especially on the Harley, because you don't want that thing like slapping back
can
on
you
you.
drift on bikes?
Yeah.
It's a miracle I'm in charge of this show. And just talk me through what a bike is again.
I have two bikes. So one is a supermoto. It's pretty much just a dirt bike with street tires on it.
Yeah.
And the other one is a fat Harley.
A
That
fat
weighs like
Harley,
300
a
kilos.
PHAT Harley. Okay. Why? Why did you? Well, it's just because obviously they're awesome, but like.
No, not really quality-wise. It's not a bike that's built to go on one wheel, that's for sure. So it breaks a lot. But I think
Right. Okay. Hold on.
I think it's cool to do something that is not meant to be done.
So you've wheelied a Harley. Okay.
Sick.
Yeah, that is sick.
Yeah, it is.
As reference, the bike weighs 6 times more than me.
Right. So it's pretty. You need to give it a bit of gusto, right? Kind of really.
I guess that would be what people think, but if you give it too much gas, since it's such a long bike also, it's really hard to get the weight on the rear wheel, so it spins more than it wants to go up on one wheel. So there is a lot of technique going on to actually like compress the whole thing down and then take the rear bound up.
Did it take you a while?
It did. Everyone told me not to get this bike. So there's like 2 types of Harleys that most people stunt on. And there's one that is a little bit lighter, and then there's the heavy one. And everyone told me to go on the lighter one. And I was like, I'm not gonna do that. So I got the heavy one, and then I was like, what did I actually do? I can't even push the bike around in the garage. It's that heavy. And I really tried in the beginning. I thought it was gonna be similar to the other bike somehow with the like clutch and gas thingy that you do. But not at all. It was timing, and it needs to be so precise. So I actually did not think I would make it at one point. But then once I did, it just clicked.
And now you can just do it kind of on command kind of thing.
Yeah, but I do need like a lot of grip since I'm not super heavy compared to the big guys being on the Harleys.
You don't just weigh it down at the back with like...
Yeah, almost like wearing a backpack with weights. That would be something, I guess.
Okay.
So would you have a wider tyre? Lower pressure? Yeah,
a lot lower pressure for sure. Yeah. But I had to swap to, because usually the Harley tires are like hard touring tires.
Oh, yeah.
So I had to figure something out. So I had to get a wheel that would fit so I could put on sport bike tires and just like obviously get better like slicks and stuff. Yeah. So if I heat up the tires and I have like a semi-slick, then that works way easier. It was a lot of elaboration.
No. I'm more than happy because that is very technical.
Yeah.
And that is not my forte. So, good. Okay. Well, so everyone told you not to do it and you did it.
Yeah. I think that's like a trigger point for probably all of us.
Yeah.
I was going to ask, is that something that kind of everyone, there was that moment where it was like, yeah, you know, you shouldn't or couldn't do this.
No.
And you jumped off that. Do you remember those moments like quite vividly?
I mean, I always got told at school that I was never going to be made of anything. As in, I was going to be made of anything. What?
We're all made of custard.
Custard. That I wasn't going to make anything of myself, and I was going to struggle, and you're never going to be in a good job, and things like that.
Sounds like a terrible school.
It was a terrible school. And to find my passion and what I loved, yes, it took me a fair few years, but once you kind of want to prove it to yourself and also to others that I can make something of myself in something that nobody ever dreamed of me being. It included my parents, I think, as well, in some respects.
Because it's an interesting split. So obviously, Dad pushed you into out of a car almost, thinking about it. And then obviously, your family kind of, you grew up in it.
Oh, but my parents didn't want me to race.
Oh, okay.
No. They were like, are you stupid when I asked them? you won't do this. And the thing was, I had a friend of the family who said he will support me with my first license. And then I just walked towards him and told him I want to start racing. And he said, yeah, there is the money. So I walked to my parents and said, there is the money, I want to go racing.
Yeah.
And they looked at me like, no. And I said, yes.
We'll take the money, but you ain't racing.
I'm going. Either I'm going to race with you in the family business, or I will just go a separate way. Then they said, okay, we will support you. So,
okay.
And then it started with the support and stuff, but they didn't want me to race. Especially my mom, she was so scared, first of all, and secondly, she...
Just take up smoking.
I have to suggest it to her.
Yeah.
So,
like a Marlboro's a day, you'll be fine.
She wanted me to have education first.
Yeah.
So, this is what I did. I did my education and everything, my job, and then I started racing.
And all that, even going through all that, you came back and went racing.
Yeah.
But they were fuming, weren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. And in terms of you, Sarah, like...
Yeah, my parents put chain locks on my bikes and they try to sell them, and until this day, they're not having it.
Really? But you're doing it.
Yeah,
you're
obviously.
Doing it. Oh, well, obviously.
I'm here.
It'd be a bit awkward if you were kind of here and not doing it. Yeah. Okay. Because because motorsport and anything with an engine, it's obviously really tough to make to make a success of it, first of all, but to make a career of it and to make a living of it is already tough. Obviously, financially, it's quite difficult, isn't it, for anybody, unless you're very, very lucky.
Yeah.
But then there's all the other elements. Obviously, you've all talking about the fact that, you know, women in motorsport, or women in any kind of octane-driven environment, it is doubly hard, isn't it, really? But there's a lot of people that would be listening and watching this that are probably way further back in their journey compared to obviously where you guys are, and whether you like it or not, you're probably, if not definitely, role models. If you could give some advice to your younger self, or someone that might be kind of reaching that point where they go, I don't know if I want to do this, I'm finding it really tough. Was there any kind of words of encouragement that someone gave you, or that you kind of looked in the mirror and thought, yeah, you can do this. This is for you, for sure.
Honestly, I'm working a full-time job. Next to my full-time job, we have the family business. Next to this, I have my own company. So I'm working all the time just to go racing, and it's my biggest passion. So it's, for me, I would do everything to go out racing with my family, with my team. And I have so many times been at the point where I just was like, I don't have any more energy, I can't anymore, I'm just done, my energy is just on the lowest. And whenever I was at this point, we went to the racetrack, and it was just like, I know why I'm doing it. Yeah, so you should never give up, even if you're at the point at your lowest. There is always sun after the rain. I know it's a saying and stuff, but it's the truth. Like, whenever I was seeing no way to get out of the tunnel, just somehow someone walked into my life, or someone opened the door that gave me some more hope and kept me going. And it was worth all the tears, sweat and effort and nights without sleep, because I had to work during the night to go for racing the next day. So if it's really your passion and it's giving you the drive in your life that keeps you going, never give up.
Cool, that was emotional. I don't know if I can hear another 3 of these.
Mine is not going to be that emotional. I would just say it's really important to find a balance. I'm doing this full time. So I think for me, if you're not passionate about it and you see it too much as a job, then you're actually going to end up losing the interest for the sport that you're doing. So I think that balance can be really hard to find sometimes, but it's super important to never forget.
That's a good, but it's true, you know, because it's about finding a balance and being emotionally attached to it, right?
Yeah.
So without those things, those driving factors, you're going to be, you know, maybe not stuck, but you're going to find it potentially, it's not easy, right? So you need to have a decent combo.
Yeah.
What about you, Stacey? Sara?
Well, I always tell the kids in my community, because I come from a really poor community, I always tell them that the sky is not the limit, the universe is. So if you have a dream, just keep chasing it, and one day it will come true. I mean, look at me. I went to law school for half my life, and I would never sit in an office. I mean, I love racing, I love spinning, I love stunting, and it doesn't matter what your dream is, just go on and chase it. I mean, who knew that spinning would be a career for me? So just keep pushing.
I don't know how to break this to you, but you are in a legal... You'll never find me. I'm just going to keep spinning. Okay, well, yeah, so, I mean, nobody warned me we had a lawyer in here either. That's somewhat discombobulating, I think.
I mean, I want to say back in the day when I started, there wasn't very many places that... I mean, I bought my car, I bought my Skyline, and taught myself how to drift. And there is so many more things that you can do now, and so many more places that if you're not sure whether you're interested in something, and also it is a financial commitment, as much as anyone says that drifting is one of the sort of cheaper sports as such, it can be as expensive as you want it to be. And if you want to give it a go first, there's always places that you can go and do, like a drift academy and things like that, to test it out a few times before you buy your own car. And I was always say and suggest those kind of stuff to try it out with somebody that's sitting next to you that knows what they're doing before you go and be silly and do stuff on the road, which is not the done thing. Never.
Straight down the camera lens, please, Tessa.
Smarter.
Do not, I repeat, do not go to your closest Morrison's car park.
No, it'll be bloody silly. No, it will be bloody silly, and it just ruins it for the rest of us as well.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately we have got a bad name for.
Oh, I knew all about your reputation.
Oh, did you?
No, I don't know. I've never heard of you.
That's right then.
I didn't realise you were the Queen of Europe. That was,
No, you stop that.
I'm going to stop now. I can say that. It's going to get cut anyway. We watch back and just be like, geez, he is really taking a hold of that one. Think of something else, June.
But yeah, slight tangent. There we go again. But yeah, I would say definitely give it a go, give it a couple of goes before you go out and buy your car or even karting and things like that. There's so many places that you can go and do that kind of stuff. But if you want to pursue it, you literally have to put your life on the line as such with it to begin with, because you need. If it's your passion, that's what you do. So.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But because we brought it right down there, kept it really kind of really serious, and we're going to bring it right back up again. So don't worry about that. So obviously, you burst through that the kind of that moment of why am I doing this?
I still question myself that sometimes now.
Yeah.
Still, I think you all have. I mean, I don't know about you, but. We all have that, but you strive to become better, and you aim for the moon, catch a star, the same kind of thing as what you said. Yeah. Always. I'm not where I want to be yet. I haven't accomplished what I want to accomplish yet. There's always room to grow and to be better at what you do.
What's the dream? What's the?
I mean, there's a few dreams out there that I want to better myself, like go worldwide with my career, and competition really. But then new car, things like that, growing from that really.
New car. Yeah.
Not going to say anymore.
No, can't. Do not, whatever you do not give us an exclusive, because it's not. You'll be like, well, yeah, straight out. Just everyone will know, and we won't hold it back. It'll just be straight out there. And you can thank us for that later. But talking of kind of where you want to get to, or the highest highs, or what does. It's so hard because you can't really tell us what's going on, I guess. But what does. We're so close to next year, basically. What can people look forward to, or what can you look forward to from? Sounds awful saying it. 2023. I know.
No comment. No, like we have a lot of media stuff going on. We'll probably get another TV show in the German TV. We just had one which is finished now, so there is a lot of things going on with media.
Where can people watch that? Your welcome media manager. www.http. Just Google.
No, well, it's a big German television channel. So
if you let out one, I'll let out one.
I mean, I'm trying to be faster next year than I was last year. I try to break my record, my European record. Okay.
Awesome.
It was an excuse.
I was going to say, we have driven a long way. I don't care how far you've all flown to be here. I had to get up really early, so thank you for the...
This was my exclusive.
We'll take it. Be real careful.
Oh, I can say. It's to do with stunt driving, and a movie that I'm part of, which is Mission Impossible 7, which I am sort of the lead stunt driver for some very famous actor, as you need to call them now.
Slipper.
Yeah, slight slipper. But yeah, I'm very excited because I drift a Hummer H2 military vehicle. through the small streets of Rome and things like that. So I'm quite excited for that to come out.
You've definitely said way too much.
It's coming out. And there's already been snippets and previews. Of said things. So.
Mission Impossible 7.
Yeah.
So there's obviously been 6 others, but this is still good.
Exactly. Yeah.
So,
It's good. Yeah.
So that's incredible. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
2023? You can't give us anything.
I can't. But a lot of travel, more media attention, movies, music videos.
See?
Got a full year planned. Hopefully, next 5 years are fully planned as well.
What?
I just have to check
I
with
haven't got
my
the rest
mom.
of the day planned. What are you talking about?
To check with your mum.
Yeah, I have to check with my mom. She'll let me know a few days before the time what's happening.
Amazing.
What a mum.
Yeah.
I think your mum's the real star of the show right now.
Yeah.
We're all just like, this is incredible. Okay,
So she's in charge of my schedule, so I never know what's going on. I find out a week before the time.
Wow.
So yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Yeah.
yeah.
Can I borrow your mom?
I was about
You
to
can have her.
Can I have her for?
for your manager. That's so cool. I love that.
It's not always sunshine. I mean, I think I fired her like 10 times for this year alone. I was like, you fired. But then I just come back 5 minutes later. I'm like, do you know what we're doing tomorrow?
I love you.
Patient woman, eh?
That's so cool.
Really?
And what about you, Sarah? You got another Harley on the horizon?
Yeah, well, that thing is apart right now, so I need to put that back together, I guess. I'm busy trying out like a few different things, trying to figure out what I actually like doing, because I'm also doing stunt doubling for movies, and I'm doing a few commercial things, a lot of media, my own things like YouTube, and yeah, I do have a big project that is also super, but that is gonna be something that's really gonna push myself out of my comfort zone, like far out. Like if my comfort zone is here, that thing is far gone. And it's not gonna be even on one wheel. That's like the most thing I can say.
Amazing.
Oh god, so it's either on 6 wheels or no wheels, obviously. I know, right? Or a tank. Nice.
I would say no wheels.
No wheels. Okay. This is interesting. So I'm the only guy that's not in a film this year coming up. So that's rubbish.
Oh,
It's okay. I'll get over it.
sorry about that.
I'm going to be my own biopic. No one else will play me. It's just can't quite get the accent right. It's a nightmare. Well, that is all very, very exciting. Probably too exciting for this time in the morning for me. But I'm pumped. I'm seriously pumped for you. Because I'll be like standing outside the theatres going, those guys? I met them. They're my friends now. They never ever ring me back, but we're definitely friends now, so it's fine.
We'll give you a call back. I said, we'll give you a call back.
They all say that. My phone is full of littered and dangerous promises that have never been kept. So, and we'll keep that very separate. Cool. How well do you think you know your sports? Or your disciplines? Pretty well?
Not bad.
I think so.
We could easily put that to the test because I have questions. So, so none of you will have listened to or watched this show, otherwise you'd be way more starstruck. But so I take it all personally, so it's fine. After this, I'll be like, don't even try and ring me. No, just go away, enjoy your careers, everything was fine, I'm just going to take a seat in legal and just get on with it. No, this part of the show is the only bit that's kind of planned, loosely, real loosely.
Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
All of us, we're all scared.
I wouldn't be.
Can you feel it?
I wouldn't be. So it's because people say you got to plan shows, and I'm like, no, it's funny when you don't, but apparently you got to. So this is the part of the show where we kind of do just a little bit of a segment, and the name of the segment changes because I never write it down. So today on Is It Fast, we're going to play How Well Do You Know Your Sport and/or Discipline? There you go. See, it's a great, it's catchy.
There he is.
awesome.
It's super catchy. It's also the first time I've ever said that on this show. And basically, all it is just one question. You get 3 chances to answer it. Actually, no. Yeah, okay. Yeah. See how well planned this is. I know. The answer may or may not be correct because I Googled all the answers.
Oh dear.
Yeah, quite a few.
Nobody does that.
Quite a few fizzy waters in. So that was always fun. But they are related to kind of what you do. It's going to be... Stay tuned, honestly, it's really good.
Ominous.
It's honestly, it's so bad. So, Sarah. Mm-hmm. Or Sara, sorry. What... Trained professional. What was the longest motorcycle wheelie ever?
Like that anyone done?
Yep.
Wow.
Bear in mind, there are elements of this that I'm making up because I'm reading my notes and there are gaps. So yeah, we're going to call it.
Are you going to give me options, or do I just have to guess?
Would you like options? We can make the game up as we go along.
Yeah,
Should we make up options? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just really kind of the graphics guy is just going to figure it out as we go through. Option A. Would you like it in meters? Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good because that's what I've got. That's handy. Option A, 472 meters. Option B, 713 meters. Or option C, 580 meters.
Honestly, it must be way more than this because I know there's one guy that's been doing a wheelie without any hands for like 500 meters. So
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, this is the longest no hands motorcycle wheelie. Yeah, I probably should have mentioned. I did warn
that's
you.
quite important.
Yeah.
So I would go for the one that's. What did you say the first one was?
A. 472 meters.
It wasn't A.
I haven't got my glasses on. B. 580 meters. Or C. 713 meters. Remembered that one? I must warn you, there is no prize for getting it right.
I would still say the one that's 470 something because I think that is the official one, but I know a friend of mine actually beat the record unofficially, and that was around 500.
Cool. What I have in front of me is the longest no-hands motorcycle wheelie, according to my very, very bad research. It's 580 meters and 81 centimeters. It was achieved by Arūnas Gabitsa of Lithuania, and he did it in Vilnius on the 3rd of September 2022. That may or may not be right. It's probably not. Either way,
It can be.
your
but
mate should do better.
I'll tell him that.
Pressure on you.
smash it.
Well, I mean, I'm telling you this so that you can beat it.
Yeah.
No hands, longest no hands wheelie. That's the important bit. Okay, cool. I can tell you now it's only going to get worse. Fastest top fuel speed run. What was it? If you know off the top of your head before I give you random options. This
Europe or the US?
Yep.
US as well. Was it
I didn't realise that.
Was it Brittany Force?
Correct.
Okay, so it was inclusive the US, so it should be something around 331, 32, 33 miles per hour.
I mean, that's 4, 5, 6 different answers.
Yeah, it's some kind around there.
I'll give you three options. 331.7 miles per hour, 337.45 miles per hour, or 338.48 miles per hour.
I'm going for the gold medal. 337. I know she just had a new record a few weeks ago.
Yeah, and that might be the one I'm looking at. I've no idea. 338.4.
Was it? Okay. Yeah, so it's a new one basically.
It's a new one. There you
It
go.
should be
I did
like-
again.
But I
weeks
already
ago.
knew.
Yeah, to try and warn you that this is not very well planned. But there we go. Do you know Brittany?
Brittany Force? Yes.
Yeah.
She's also with Monster.
Ah,
Yeah, she's also a Monster athlete, and she's great. She's a really cool person, and she's fast.
she's fast.
She just won the world record title this year.
I can apparently so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. There you go. Didn't want to come here and talk. Didn't want to come here and talk to us about it, but fine. Cool. It does get worse, but more informative. So that's interesting. The longest drift ever. Who wants to take that one?
Not me.
Not you. You're saying that with a lot of confidence because the one after is not much better. I was quite impressed by this.
Okay.
Just so you know, not that it really makes any relevant difference, but I was impressed. Right, the longest drift ever? Question mark.
Mm-hmm.
Was it A, 100 miles? Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Look, I just Google these things and I get them vetted by no one at any time. No one checks it before I walk in the room, and then here we are. So 100 miles.
Mm-hmm.
Don't mess with the process.
Oh, no.
Trust me, we know it doesn't work. We're aware.
Okay.
100 miles.
Mm-hmm.
That was option A.
Thank you.
Option B, cuddly toy. No one watched British TV growing up. That makes no sense to anyone.
Funny.
It's good, right? Generation game.
It's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
Good game. Again, don't worry. 212 miles. That's option B.
Mm-hmm.
Or C, 232.5 miles.
The last one.
What gave it away?
You doing it.
Me just actually trying to read the number. 232.5 miles was the longest drift ever, according to my patchy research.
Would that be from a James Dean?
No.
Oh.
BMW racing driver Johann Schwartz took to the wheel of the new BMW, it might have been a few years ago, BMW M5 to complete the marathon stunt. Along with
I watched that on TV.
Yeah, they go side by side because there's another one that rocks up and has to refuel the car mid-drift. It's also the longest simultaneous drift,
Yes.
which is pretty impressive.
No.
Um,
Is that on ice?
No.
No, it was just on asphalt.
yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, there we
Is
go.
that a point, asphalt? Should I have made that clearer?
Sometimes, yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Because you think if you're drifting on asphalt, you only have a certain amount of time that you could be drifting because the tyres will literally be, yeah.
How did he do that then?
I don't think he was drifting properly.
Oh.
Yeah. It was
That
like really slow.
No, I don't think it's that. I think it like you would have had to have been drifting on. Sorry, we're going way too deep.
No, carry on, please carry on. That look from me down the camera was, you listening, BMW? You're reckoning? No.
I mean, I run semi-slick tyres on my car, and our runs on a drift circuit is 45 seconds, and I do 4 laps.
Is that 235.5 miles?
No,
Oh.
definitely not.
Could never be.
And it's like, that's what I mean, 45 seconds. 45 seconds a lap.
I
4
don't.
laps, my tyres are gone. He went drifting properly.
You went drifting. Fuming.
If he was on ice...
Johan, you'd be well disappointed, mate. You weren't actually drifting
Well,
properly.
he must have been to get a world record.
I don't know.
But
You've got to remember, this is coming from a place of
That's
complete and
fine.
total
That's okay.
Googling. Good.
I am nervous. What's your next question?
No, it's all right. It's fine. The fastest drift ever. So,
Well, I can speak from a South African point of view,
Please
which
do.
is Elders Krabanti. It's a track in Port Elizabeth. And the fastest initiation was Jason, actually. He did it at 250
Kilometers an hour.
Yeah. He just took that wind. I tried and I went right through. I was like, woo-wee, through the grass.
200 what?
250.
50.
Yeah.
That's cool. 155 miles an hour.
okay, cool. Nope.
Okay, I was speaking from South Africa.
Yeah, no, I mean... I don't want to be that guy. Kind of wasn't the question.
Right.
No, that was harsh.
Yeah.
That was harsh.
Call yourself.
That was harsh. This is why no one rings me back. It kind of starts, right? Trust me, I see it. It's fine. We start, it goes well, and then I just kind of pull it out at the end there. So, fastest drift ever. Would you like some options?
Yes, please.
Bearing in mind, I don't know how correct this is. 156 miles per hour. 172 miles per hour. Or 189.5 miles an hour.
I'm going to go with the last one.
Yeah, that's a safe bet. That seems where I'm going every time with the real answer.
Yeah. I just wanted to change it up a bit.
Yeah. And if anyone wants to play poker with me later, fancy boosting the coffers, because obviously this poker face ain't doing nothing. Correct. According to my very shoddy research, 189.5 miles per hour is the Guinness World Record for the fastest drift ever recorded on a 30-degree drift.
Oh, pathetic.
Does that make a difference?
Pathetic. Well, yeah, because if you're...
Yeah, but tell us how you really feel about it, Tessa. Please don't sugarcoat it.
At less angle, you've got more speed. More angle, less speed.
What angle was this one? Do we know? The South African one.
No, I don't know.
No, you weren't.
I never checked it.
It was in a Nissan GTR in Fujairah International Airport, presumably on the runway, not on.
By who?
Masato Kawabata.
Yeah, Kawabata.
Do we know him?
Yes.
Is he nice?
Yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, he's a pretty incredible drifter.
Do you feel bad for just shaming him like that?
No.
Ain't nothing. Oh yeah, Masato. Oh yeah.
Oh, we go right.
He did it at 30 degrees. Oh my god, what an achievement! Bet you feel bad now.
No. He'll never listen to this.
Oh jeez. Oh my god,
He needs to stop now.
that was so true, but painful.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
Sorry.
He
I'll buy
forgives
you a
me.
beer later. It's okay.
No, it's too late. Damage is done.
This was one straight in your
I
mouth.
know, straight in, bit of a twist, and then straight out. Straight out. That's terrible. Wait till I say next. It's going to make you feel really bad. But until that point, thanks for playing. How well do we know our motorsports and/or other disciplines? There'll be theme music. There'll be theme music. Cool. Luckily for everybody, we are reaching the end of. I say everybody. I'm having a great time. You guys have got more stuff to do. So as much as I would like to have you held hostage in this room, this lovely meeting space, for the duration of the day, we can't. But just to make everybody feel bad, this is one last question from me. Today's my birthday.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Happy birthday.
Honestly, swear to God.
Wow.
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Thank you very much. Thank you very
We
much.
all in unison sing happy birthday, do you think?
Please don't do that.
I think you don't want to hear me sing.
And now we suddenly do. Would you like me to count you in?
My voice is very...
Cool, I'll count you in then.
I'm not feeling good. I'm feeling...
And a 1, and a 2, and a 1, 2, 3. Oh no!
That wasn't going to happen. I didn't want to be the odd one out. So
No one's going to sing me happy
I
birthday.
was being a sheep.
It's fine. I'm being a bit thirsty asking everyone to sing me happy birthday, to be honest.
Oh, shame.
I know.
Happy birthday, though.
Thank you. But it does lead me on to my question. I'm going to have to get my driving licence out to actually prove that today is my birthday. And they're making me work, which is just preposterous. Imagine it's your birthday. What's the one thing that you ask for? Chill out. Chill out. Okay, let's refine the question.
Go on.
No,
go on.
Depends
I
what.
don't know.
As a race car driver?
Yeah. Let's keep it really refined.
Money?
Money?
Money? As a race car driver, money? Yeah. As a person, 100 puppies.
You don't need a fur coat that much.
Oh, I love puppies. I could cuddle 1,000 of puppies.
100 different breeds of puppy or 100 of the same breed of puppy?
I don't care. As long as it is 100 puppies.
Big puppies? Small puppies?
It's okay. I take it. I don't mind. I take all of them for cuddling and looking at them and oh, he's so cute.
100 puppies?
You sound like a game show host.
I I know. Every show is an audition. You never know who's listening, so you just got to make sure you put your best foot forward. 100 puppies. Expensive. Lots of wee on the carpet.
You can take them back afterwards.
It's just a one-day thing.
I also keep them, but
Right.
I would also give them back afterwards.
Right.
I would.
Once they... Okay.
Maybe 1 or 2. I would give 1 or 2 back.
Right, so 98 puppies. It's still a lot of puppies, man. It's still a load of puppies.
It's okay. We have a big garage.
So now you're going to imprison the puppies.
No, we have a nice garage.
Oh, okay. I feel better now.
They're from Switzerland, you know.
I don't know what that means.
We have nice
We like to
weather.
keep lots of puppies in garages. I'm not up on Swiss dog culture.
Nor your accent.
I will show you as soon as you're in
I'm pretty sure
Switzerland.
that's a Swiss accent.
Not sure about that.
I sound more Swiss than you. I'm sorry. I feel that moment. Never to be repeated.
Oh, dear.
Stacey, it's your birthday. What are you getting?
Well, I would start with a Mustang, which I've been asking Ed. I don't know if everybody knows Ed, so Ed is the boss in South Africa. So I've been asking Ed for a Mustang. So for my birthday, please get me a Mustang.
Amazing.
And maybe a Gucci handbag with some matching shoes.
Didn't expect that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is taste. I enjoy
I
that.
like
Yeah,
it.
I love handbags and shoes.
Good.
I'll never wear it, but I like keeping it.
Just to know you have it.
Looking pretty.
Cool. So some real Gucci, obviously. We couldn't get you anything. I don't know if the Is It Fast budget will stretch as far as real Gucci. Because apparently 100 puppies is way cheaper.
I just wanted to say, I think the puppies are cheaper.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Frank a puppy, it'd be fine.
It's a dream that will come true soon, shortly.
So you get a Mustang, open the boot, there's your Gucci. Good
Yeah,
to go.
I just want to put my Gucci bag in my boot on my Mustang.
You don't want much. I just want my Mustang with my Gucci.
Yeah, big Mustang, that's all I want.
That feels
please.
fair. That feels fair to me. I mean, what do I want?
Well, I'm not gonna have I'm not expecting a lot, but I did actually get the option when it was my birthday not too long ago to either get a handbag or a tire machine, and I went with the tire machine. I'm not really I don't really wear handbags.
That makes sense though, because you can make money out of a tire machine, right?
I need it a lot for shows and stuff. It makes your life so much easier. The only thing I need to figure out now is how to bring the tire machine in my van. But other than that, should be good.
I mean, just tie it up behind either the Mustang or 100 puppies, drag you around to wherever you want to go. I
think bringing the tire machine is easier than the 100 puppies.
Yeah. I already have a tire machine, but I think the puppies are like...
Yeah.
They're the best.
No one is disputing that the puppies is a good choice. I just wasn't ready for it. Okay, so maybe a newer tire machine. Is that a sentence? Newer tire machine. I was about to go really game show there. Tessa, what are you choosing?
I would say a new car. Not divulging of what brand. Sorry.
So close to getting...
So close, but yet so far.
I know.
That's
Tough, isn't it?
Yeah, it is,
It's
because there's all the things that you need for said vehicles and stuff like that.
It's your birthday, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
You can just go, what? And apparently we're paying, so what's it matter?
Nice.
Well, that's either a lot of money or not a lot of money.
I will send you the list.
Really,
tomorrow.
I really would like. Didn't make any sense. I would really like some Louboutin high boots, winter type of loveliness. Yeah.
It's an expensive list I've just been given by everybody.
Yep.
And the jacket for Austria.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I need a quilted long coat for cold climates.
For cold climates. not divulging anymore.
Nope.
There you go. Nearly so many exclusives yet so far. Well, I think that's probably a fair option and a good list. I think that's a strong list not too mad. I mean, I think the running total's probably in the hundreds of thousands of dollars at this point. So I think we should probably leave it there. I didn't realise that it would cost me so much cash.
Alright.
Imaginary, is it fast pounds? But nice one. And on that note, I think that feels like a good festive point to leave you all on.
Yeah.
So thank you all very, very much for coming on to Is It Fast. I appreciate it hugely. It's been very informative.
Yeah.
I've learnt a lot. I appreciate it. Mainly that I need to know my facts better. Google is not your friend, no matter what you think. Probably just leaf through the Guinness Book of Records. But thank you very, very much for coming on. Have a lovely rest of your week. Is it week now you're here?
I'm leaving tomorrow.
You're leaving tomorrow. Thursday.
Also tomorrow.
Also tomorrow. And well, you live in London, right? Is that a thing? Or live around here?
I live Midlands now.
Midlands?
Yeah.
Oh. The drifting capital of the world.
Do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well, have a lovely rest of your stay. Have a good journey back home, whenever that may be. Up the M11? Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's not talk about motorways, because then we'll get onto motorway service stations, and that'll be the end of that, really, which is my actual specialist subject. But thank you very, very much. Have a lovely rest of your time. Thank you ever so much for entertaining me. I know it can be hard work.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
The pleasure is all mine. And thank you very much for watching or listening to Is It Fast. Remember to subscribe on your favourite social media platform so that you don't miss a single thing. And as mentioned previously, because nobody here got me anything for my birthday, please feel free to, just send money.
You just out there, money.
Just money.
Just straight money.
Just money, because money solves all problems, apparently. So thank you very much for watching, and we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey!